Alright, you guys, Illinois Outdoorsman here. What's up? Hopefully the sun's not blinding you. It probably is. But we're out doing some fishing today at Weldon Springs. Went yesterday with Cameron for a while, got one. Dropped him off at good old starting kindergarten today. So we're gonna get some nice quality time alone, I guess. Be out here, do a little bit of bass fishing. So we're gonna start out here. We're 79 degrees of water, about 7 feet. And we're gonna start off with a frog and see if we can't make something happen. Get a couple fish. Plan is to try and hit up these last bits of shade before the sun really gets into them. We're really gonna hit this back cove back here, especially the shade line. So it's gonna take a little bit longer for those fish to get pushed out. And then we'll start focusing a little bit more, a little deeper, I guess, if you wanna call it that. So right now we've got a frog, I've got a rod with a crankbait and a bandito bug. So I got flipping bait, moving bait, and then a topwater. We may move that up, change some of that stuff around. We may put a jig on instead of the crankbait, depending on where we find these fish at. But for right now, these guys are mowing out here. So whatever frogs and stuff are sitting on the bank are actually pushed off into the water. So we may be able to, that may help us out here. So I know all the bait are they're pushed up around the dock. So nice flat calm out here. As you guys know, I love frog fishing. So for my frog rod, for those of you who don't know, is a 7'10" heavy action quantum smoke rod with a quantum smoke reel. I want to say I'm only running like a 7-to-1 gear ratio. I like it just a little bit slower. Kind of forces you to slow that frog down just a little bit. Not really race it, it's not a buzz bait, so. But I don't expect much on the frog. This being this late in the morning, that sun's already kind of hit the water, so those fish are going to start transitioning out of that shallow cover and feeding at night to and if you can't get, what I've noticed, the other thing is, if you can't get to the bank with your frog, you're not flipping a frog or anything like that, if you can get it under a branch, like that frog fell off that branch, that's usually, you can get, that's close enough to, those fish will be interested in it. They'll watch it fall. They'll see it come in and they'll see it hit, and just, they're smart, but they're dumb enough to say, hey, that fell off the branch, I can eat that. So you're either going to have fish that are when it gets hot like this and that sun starts hitting the water, they're either going to get way up into the cover or they're going to move out. That's your two options pretty much. They're not going to sit there kind of in between just because it is going to get hot. There's no overhead cover. So these fish are either going to push way up in there or they're going to move out here. So right now we're fishing for these fish that have moved way up. I got one yesterday. It was under a tree, but it was only 6 or 8 inches of water. It was just enough to cover that fish. And that was it. And it was a 3-pounder. So I mean, it was a decent fish for out here. Your average fish out here, Weldon Springs, is 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds. So you do get some bigger fish in here, but at the same time, you get some middle ground fish that'll actually put up a decent fight for you too. So you see right now I've got all this shade comes way out here. I've got 30 feet to the bank. So I'm going to stay outside this shade line, knowing I can cast and get back in there. And if I have to, this frog I'm using is just a Booyah Pad Crasher. This is black and red. It's got enough of a flat belly on it. This is the 1/4 ounce size, so it's a little bit smaller. It's got enough of a flat belly on it. If I need to, it'll skip. So if I want to get way back in here under something, I can get this frog to skip. Heard that beeping. Thought it was my boat. I didn't touch nothing. Don't know why it's beeping. But so right now, just drifting by here, we're off in 10 feet of water, and these fish are sitting 6 or 7 feet down. So they're already starting to move off. So this topwater bite may go away here. We'll get around to the edge of this point. There's one more real grass flat I kind of want to, actually the whole east side of this lake is going to stay shaded for a while, so we can actually frog fish for quite a while, but we're not going to. At some point you got to put it down, pick up something else, follow the fish. Throwing a frog up at the bank isn't going to catch the fish if they're not there, so we're going to come out here. This tree that's laid down right here, there's a branch comes all the way out here. I don't feel like bending the shaft of my trolling motor. I need to upgrade it, but that's not how I want to upgrade it, if you know what I mean. I'd like to upgrade it on my terms. Upgrade it and the graph on here. I want to put a bigger graph on the console too. So if you guys have seen my videos before, this corner there used to be a big branch that kind of hung down in the water, was still attached to the tree. It's real shallow, but this point comes out here and it's going to come out, and it actually comes out this way. So we're kind of over the top of it right now, and it'll drop off on the back side because there's enough of a channel comes through here. So we're going to pick this back corner apart, and then we're going to put the frog rod down. Then we're going to we're going to try and map this out and see if we can find the hole. I know the deep hole's out there. See if we can find them points. Actually, the edge of it. We're coming back off, so there's the hole right there. So when you find, let's say you have a depth finder where you can't map specific points on it, so like this one, I probably can, I just don't know how. But you can look at, okay, you see here, okay, I got a hole here. Look at the bank. I mean, especially if it's a small body of water like this, look at the bank. Look for a feature on the bank that you're going to be able to remember. So I know here, there's a big oak tree right there, and the rest of those, there's a couple of sycamores and one big oak right in the middle of it. So, okay, look for that oak tree and come out 35 yards and I'm in the hole. So now I know, okay, keep that oak tree off on this side or whatever and fish out in front. I know where that hole is. Alright, you guys, so apparently my camera quit rolling after 30 seconds when I turned it back on earlier. So I don't know what that means. We're going to find out here real quick like though. So the one largemouth and the catfish I caught, you guys did not get to see. So an 11-inch largemouth on this googan bait, crankbait right here, and a 15-inch channel cat on the same bait. So now I'm kind of irritated, but it is what it is. Technology is wonderful. We're all moving forward technologically, so technology it is. Ain't nothing I can do about it. Whine and cry all day, but Chappie, I had a nice thumbnail for you, buddy. You were going to enjoy it. It was going to be great. But apparently, my camera had other plans. Morning, I haven't talked to her. Otherwise. So an 11-inch largemouth on a crankbait and a 16-inch channel catfish on a crankbait. I was hoping to have a channel catfish for a photo, for a cover photo, I guess you want to call it. I don't remember what it's called. I'm so irritated with my camera right now. So I'm going to head back to the dock, get everything loaded up, go home, get some lunch, sit down, relax. As you guys can tell, I'm starting to get hot too. I'm starting to sweat. So yeah, if you guys want to see more fishing videos or camping videos, I'm planning some camping videos, some squirrel hunting videos. Don't know if I'll do much deer hunting this year. Definitely some small game stuff. Do some survival camping kind of situations. I kind of would like to try one of them out. So at least one of them anyway. Why not? We might as well do a couple. So if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe. I don't know which side it'll be on, down here somewhere. Hit that subscribe button. And make sure you guys follow me over on Facebook and Instagram. And until next time, I'll see you out there.